Greetings, everyone, and this is episode 8 of The Parting of Veils. I am here with, state your name for the lovely people.
With Ricky Dick. I'm the owner of Castle Blood in Monessen, PA.
Awesome, and yes, we are here on location in Castle Blood, and as you can see, it looks incredible here. So first of all, how about give us a little recap of everything you all have been up to over the past year, how you all got started.
Sure, no problem. Well, this coming Halloween will be our 24th season, so we've been around a long time. We're one of those legendary haunts of the Pittsburgh area at this point.
Of course.
Our haunt is a little different than most haunts. A newspaper article actually, the writer said we were the grandfather of the whole escape room scenario. Because when you come here, you don't just get scares, but you have to solve problems, do riddles, do stupid human tricks, as we call them, things like that, to succeed as you go on. And we've been doing that since 1996.
Wow.
Yeah. So this past year here is our second year in this location. This is our 5th location ever. A wonderful 100-year-old funeral parlor. Perfect for us. And it was mostly about adding some new scenes. Because the first year was really tough on us in a 100-year-old building, you can imagine. Trust me, it's tough on us right now as we're doing this. So this past year was more about, we added Crowhaven back where our witches live. We worked a lot on our graveyard, which is the old decrepit part, and the cemetery, which is the fancier, nice part. So that's more what we did, and just settling into our new home. You know, it always takes... Even if you mortals move a place, it takes more than a year till you actually feel at home, right?
Oh, of course.
So that's what it was for us. So now we're trying to market and make sure everybody knows we're here. And we still have lots of cool effects and animations and things like that for this coming year. Maybe a couple new scenes this year. So so it's busy. Any day that it's over 40 degrees, we're here working year round.
Of course. Oh gosh, yeah. And what sort of challenges do you guys face, like on a regular basis, especially since you do run it all year round?
Well, you know, we're taping this in February. Last week it was 0. 7 days ago it was 0. Today it's 65, which you know what that means? I now know every broken water pipe in the place.
Oh gosh.
So we're dealing with that. We have roof leaks. You know, we have all kinds of fun things. Those are the challenges. Actually haunting and doing a nice show for you, you'll never know that. This fine young lady here didn't know all these problems when she got here today, right?
I would not be the wiser.
Yeah, so we are, it is all, you know, glamour and glitter and smoke and mirrors here, you know, so it never affects the customers, but the administrative part of a haunt is always, for any haunt in the country, is always the hardest part to deal with.
And what made you decide on the sort of themes that you guys do? Because I know you guys, you switch off your themes every year. Now, do you guys just do like a random selection, or is it just sort of like, you know, hey, I'm feeling like I want to tell these mortals, you know, why are they so stuck on their cell phones or whatever? You know,
that is a good question, and sometimes, and rarely do we get asked that. Sometimes we know we can write spooky stuff easy enough that if our backs are to the wall, like in the Year of a Move, we know we can do a generic, good, spooky show, find creepy things that you're trying to collect and whatever. Other years have definitely been a little more tightly themed and specific to a building we're in. But like this past year, as any old building, lots of people figure there's ghosts around here. So we played that up, and you had to deal... some of the scenes were about the ghosts that we think might be here, and the effects that were built, and some of the statuary that was built, things like, we're all about the different people that may or may not have been in the place. Other years, yes, as far as like you're too stuck up on your cell phone, we haven't done the cell phone thing, but we have done almost morality plays in some ways, because us as monsters, we don't always get what you mortals are about, so we like to poke fun at that. Very much so like in our Valentine's show, you know, because it's our opinion that no matter what you do, a mortal relationship is doomed to heartbreak, because either one of you is going to die or you're going to split up. Every single relationship. But the mortals keep on trying, they keep on trying, and we just think
won't give up.
And we just think that's lovely, so we encourage them. And, you know, we let them try to shoot an arrow into a heart and act like Cupid this year. We like to, you know, do that kind of stuff. So sometimes it's very specific because I have something to say. Sometimes it's a little just more fun. One year, sadly, we lost a few cast members, and that was a very morbid tour
Yeah.
because we actually dealt with that. We've lost cast members. When you're around for 24 years,
Yeah.
you lose people. It's just statistics.
Yeah.
So when those things happen, there's either a scene that's devoted to that one person, or the whole tour gets a little extra creepy.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
so it really just depends. And some years are just ridiculous. And I have a feeling, after the ghost stories and dead children stories and all this stuff last year, I think this year's going to be a little wacky.
Okay, so
yeah.
without giving too much away, like, what do you mean by wacky?
I mean by wacky is that we now have a couple of the sets rebuilt that have some of our wackier characters in them. The plan is, and if it doesn't work out, please don't yell at me. The plan is that the October tour will be called The Witching Hour.
Ooh, nice.
Because Hexabart is finally here all the
Yes.
time. So we will be working even more on Crowhaven to make it even cooler.
Nice.
And the witches, and then the 3 sister witches that we have will be scattered along the castle, and it may go along with those kind of things. However, our witches are, yes, they're happy to put your children in an oven, but they're also crazy and insane, so it's a little on the wackier side.
Oh, that sounds awesome. And what like you guys are always like preparing all year round, correct? So
Or catching up.
Or catching up.
However you want to call it.
So like what would be like a typical preparation process to get ready for a haunt?
Well, sometimes the story is roughed out years in advance. You know, we have a couple in the queue waiting for the right time. Usually around May, because we used to be an almost all outdoor haunt years ago.
Yeah.
So usually around May, when the weather breaks once and for all, we start getting together every Sunday and working on things, fixing things that might have been outside back then, stuff like that. And we start our fundraising. You know, we either do a Kickstarter or we just do our regular honorary denizen
You guys
thing.
had a very
You know,
successful Kickstarter.
yeah, the first year Kickstarter was good. Last year we tried it again. It wasn't so good because the place looked so beautiful. I don't think anybody believed
People
it.
were
We
like,
really
"Oh,
needed the money.
you don't need it." You
It's
know?
like, no. I need $20,000 to put a new roof on this place, okay? Or it ain't gonna happen.
Right.
I mean, we are not a non-for-profit, but we're an unintentional non-for-profit here. We're an all-volunteer organization. We do have many kids from all the towns up and down the Mon Valley here. You know, learning theater skills, learning to do stuff, keeping them off the damn streets.
Yeah.
You know, you owe me, people. The kids are here; they're okay.
Oh yeah.
And so, you know, it's always a tough nut, you know. The nice thing about any of our fundraisers is you always get more than your money's worth back in tickets or T-shirts or other stuff. So it's not a charity thing. It's just, it's kind of like Girl Scout cookies. We give you some. We try to sell you stuff. And the profit of that we'll use to fix the place.
Of course.
So those are the main challenges. You know, we've been doing it so long that making sure safety is taken care of is not a problem. You know, we have that covered. Or making sure that things look pretty. It's never to my standard, but it always seems to be to your standard. So
hey,
I
we all
appreciate
enjoy
that,
it.
you know.
Yeah.
You don't know what's in my head that I didn't get to.
Yes.
So it's okay.
Well, I think that's pretty common, like for anybody who does a piece of art or piece of work. It's like it's never up to what you would want it to be because you always think it could be improving.
Right.
You know, I mean, I'm like that too with my own stuff. It's like you always think it could be improved. However, if you hold back and keep improving it too much and don't release it, then so it's almost sort of like you kind of have to.
My actors over the years tease me about one thing. We don't really have cobwebs in all the corners and everything sprayed like we should for a place like this. And the reason that is, well, cobwebs are the last thing you do in a set.
That's true, yes.
So I have to finally say, we're done. Then we can put the cobwebs in. Having had to move twice in a 3-year period, the rooms are all at 90%, and that's fine. But hopefully this year, a couple of them get 100%.
Yeah.
So when you come, not if, when you come, and you see cobwebs, you go, yeah, finally.
Cobwebs. Woohoo! Yeah. So one of your upcoming events is the Halfway to Halloween. Is that's your next event, correct?
That is our next event.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than any private events we do, that's our next public event.
Oh, okay, cool. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we used to run. We all still do run conventions, Fanish conventions. My wife Dawn runs Anime North in Toronto, which is 30,000 anime and cosplay kids, stuff like that. Helps run. It's not her convention. And we used to run National Haunters Convention, which started out in the mid '90s as the Western Pennsylvania Haunt Gathering, and actually started at the castle. So that went belly up a couple of years ago, only because of some illnesses with the staff. The convention was great. So we decided to do the same weekend, a little event here. National Haunters was always the first weekend in May because it's halfway to Halloween. And you guys are all jonesing for some Halloween by May.
Of course, yeah.
So what we did is we did a mini con, like a mini road show here, and we do classes here. So whether you're a regular, a pro haunter, a yard haunter, just a Halloween nut job,
Yeah, of course.
anything like that, you can actually come learn to do the stuff we do. Last year we had makeup classes, we had magic classes, we had writing classes, we had prop building classes, we had electronics classes. So there's all kinds of stuff that you can do.
Nice.
We host a little social Friday night where you can just be here with a couple of our costume characters and walk through and take pictures and see the castle, not while the show is on.
Right.
Then all day Saturday we do these classes, and then we give you dinner, a haunt dinner, hot dogs, chips, pizza.
Doesn't get better than that, hey.
That's right. And then Saturday night what we do is we pull out one of our old scripts from years ago and do a classic regular full Halloween tour with the scares, with the everything.
Yeah.
Full cast, all that kind of stuff.
So it's basically VIP.
Oh yeah, for sure. You're getting everything. Yeah, you bet.
Very
There's 4 tracks of programming usually, and 5 or 6 class times. So you can pick and choose what you want. We do double up and redo some classes so more people can take them.
Yeah.
But it's $75, which ain't bad. You pre-reg at $65. You get Friday night social with light snacks. You get 6 classes during the day, which at other big conventions are $25 a piece, if not more.
Oh yeah.
You get the tour and you get dinner. It's a great deal, and haunters from all over. We had Maryland, Pennsylvania, of course, Ohio, West Virginia, a couple from New York, a couple from Jersey came. So it was big fun last year.
Awesome. Yeah, sounds like a...
It's only about 100 people, maybe. I mean, I'll do millions if they show up.
Yeah, hey, why not?
Right. But
wanna give
it's,
you the
you can actually hang with people, meet other haunters. All the networking parts
Yeah.
too that are so important.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's a great time.
Oh yeah, and what other events are you guys doing? Are you still you're gonna do your halfway your midsummer?
We might be doing the midsummer depending on where we are with the place. Yep, we really like the midsummer, but the same reason that some of the colder months are hard to do. When it's 125 degrees up in the cast room, sometimes midsummer's a little tough to do too.
Yeah.
But we may, and that would probably be early August if we do that.
Oh, very cool.
So yeah, it
Nice.
should be cool. And then of course gearing up we open October 1st. The way the weekends fall, we actually open October 1st and close October 31st.
Yeah, and then the spooky Christmas.
And then Christmas again.
The Christmas show, it just keeps
Never
on
ends.
going, never ends. But that's
Yeah.
a good thing.
And next year we might add St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, we are a good Scottish thing, so we can have our Irish brothers come
Oh,
out
of
to celebrate
course.
with
Why
us.
not?
It gives me a chance to wear my kilt. It's all good. Yeah.
Hey, why not?
But
Anything
I'm not wearing
goes
the
here.
kilt in the winter show.
So cool. And since we last talked, we discussed a little bit about some of like the real hauntings that go on here. Have you had any more ghostly activity?
Well,
or-
it depends on who you ask. On one hand, we have cast members that come in and say, there's something not happy in the library. On the other hand, we have cast members that say, what the hell is it with every female that walks through the front door? All of a sudden they're psychics and they can see ghosts. So it depends on what you want to think about. Nothing bad has ever happened to any of us that are here all the time. I like to cover my ass, and I talk to them when I come in and I open up in the morning.
Yes.
And I say goodnight when I leave, and I tell them when I'm going to be back.
Yes.
And I tell them if other people other than me are going to be in here and allowed to be in here.
Yeah.
And if they see somebody they don't recognize, please raise hell with them.
Absolutely.
You know.
Right. And so, where can people find you?
Oh, well, we're pretty easy to find, especially now that I am married again, and my wife is taking care of the website right here, not stuck in Canada, thank you. CastleBlood.com. We have a Facebook account that's Castle Blood. We have an Instagram that's The Castle Blood, Twitter that's The Castle Blood. And we have Facebook pages for Castle Blood, for the Halfway to Halloween show. On CastleBlood.com on the side is always like my most current Facebook post, The Book of Face,
The Book of
as
Face.
Dawn has, yes. That's what Hexabart the Witch calls it. Oh, I see you all found us on the Book of Face.
Book of Face. There we go. Yeah, and ignore what Google says too.
Yeah, well, Google still has us Once in a while, still in Bellsville. Once in a while, down the street where we were in 2012 and 13. And I talked to the nice guy because they're actually on the ball, and they call me
Right.
once or twice a year. Hey, is this your address? No. You know.
Uh-huh.
So
it's like,
they try to fix it. If you
Right.
go to the website, you'll get the exact
The
right
exact-
address. If you just Google Castle Blood, you're only going to be 4 blocks away.
yeah.
But still,
But
we
it's
want you to
still-
find us.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, so, yeah. All right, well, thank you very much.
No, thank you. I
And-
appreciate you always coming down here so often.
Oh, no problem.
Coming down to help us out with marketing and coming
Yes.
down as a mortal to go
As
through.
a mortal, yeah. Well, it's always a good time, and this is definitely one of my favorite haunts.
I
definitely,
appreciate that.
so.
Thank you.
All right, well, it was a pleasure talking to you once again, and this is the Parting of Veils, and we will see you then next week for episode 9. All right, take care, and we will see you on the other side. All right. Just do a test shot.
Sure, sure.
You know.
Well, here we are again.
Yes.
Try to be more interesting this time.
Yep. Here we go. Just check that.
Yeah, holy crap.
Yeah. All right. Let's just try that last question one more
Sure.
time. Okay. All right. Okay. So, where can people find you on the internet and?
I don't know.
You
No,
don't
I'm
know?
just kidding. Do it again.
Okay.